Well, I just got a real quick, small update on Dakota and Felicity. Now, if you remember, yesterday I had said that China had told us that Dakota was in the hospital for the sun poisoning. He was not involved in any altercation, and I showed you the picture of what he's looking like. Not good. And China said that she had one of her friends was going to let Dakota and Felicity spend the night, so that he could recover. Well, this morning, Crazy K posts on the FB and he says, quote, Dakota and Felicity is not homeless anymore. China doll friend took them in. China is a good person. I seen it with my own eyes, unquote. So, I'm wondering, because we get the story from China was her friend was going to allow them to spend one night there to recover. Now, according to Crazy K, he's saying that they are staying there. That's what I said yesterday, too. I really hope that China would not allow her friend to allow these people to stay in her home, his or her home. If China was any kind of friend, she would say, no, 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 no. Give them a night or two so he can get to feeling a little better, but don't let them live with you. I've done it twice before. They're going to poop on your floor. I know I keep saying that, but it's just so disgusting. And, just let them know they made false charges against me, and they've done everybody wrong that they have had contact with. Look at Corkle. That man got done terribly wrong. And this man got Dakota a whole apartment. Bought both him and Felicity numerous phones, numerous pairs of glasses, took them both to the dentist, the doctors, stocked his apartment with groceries, giving him clothes, good shoes, bought him that little car he could drive around. He did everything. And Dakota just completely dirted him for Felicity. And it's just gotten worse from there. They have taken advantage and did wrong. Nisha let them stay in their house. They repay her by busting her TVs. So I hope China Doll did not allow her friend to let these two move in with her. So we'll just have to wait and see as to whether it was just for a night and Crazy K has his information wrong, or let's just hope. If I'm going to say it, if China's friend is letting them stay there, then China's not. If she did not tell them, the friend was likely to happen, then China is no kind of a friend. And now Crazy K is saying what a good person China is. And these two have been at each other's throats I don't know how many times before. And then they make up, and then they're going to go at it again. So we'll see. But last I knew, it was just for the night. Now, I did find a clip. If you remember me, trigger warning, this involves pregnancy, miscarriage, child loss, so if that's not something you want to hear about, it'd be a good place to exit. So anyways, if you remember yesterday, I told you that Felicity had said that she had been pregnant all the way to 34 weeks, and, the child did not make it, according to her. So I found a clip of this, and it was in one of China's live. And China's moderators, I think Emily is the other girl's name, Cora and maybe Emily. And these two are riding so hard for Felicity. Any kind of, you say anything even slightly negative about Felicity, they are going to mute and block you immediately. No questions asked. It is ridiculous. Anyways, this is what Felicity said. She said that Dakota is her baby daddy. Now she said, quote, they had a kid together like last year. Like we were supposed to have our kid July 2nd, unquote. What? You had a kid together like last year. And then like we were supposed to have our kid July 2nd. See what I mean? She's not making any sense. She doesn't realize how easily she tells herself that she's lying. So, what, you had a kid last year? Where is that kid then? We've never seen Felicity pregnant. Not to the point of noticeably pregnant. And, or does she mean she got pregnant that couldn't even be right. She couldn't have even gotten pregnant last year and then having a baby. Well, maybe because July is the 7th month, so maybe she's trying to claim that she got pregnant, what, like November? Something like that, and supposed to have the baby in July or something. She makes no sense. Let me read this one more time. Quote, had a kid together like last year, like we were supposed to have our kid July 2nd, unquote. That is what she said in this live. So I did find evidence of she had said it, because I told you I seen it on a page on FB. But that page is pretty reliable. I think it was Sam, True Crime and News. She is pretty reliable when it comes to the Dakota and the Felicity news. So check her out too. And I believe she's right here on TikTok too. But yeah, that's all I got on Dakota and Felicity. Do you think she was ever pregnant? I don't. I think this is just yet another lie in a long line of them. And then I was rewatching some content from Corkle. And there was one time where she called him crying, and she claims that her mother had thrown her phone and told her she was the most, quote-unquote, horriblest daughter ever, and threw her phone. And then Felicity, so Corkle decides to get her a new phone because it was cracked, and this, by this time, was the second or third phone he had bought her already. Brand new phone number, and they get in the car, and Felicity's ex, a man named Jacob, was calling her. So as soon as she got this new phone number, unless they just transferred the phone number, I don't know. Either way, Felicity was in contact. She has cheated on Dakota so many times. It's unreal. But I found that interesting that she claims her mother had thrown this phone. And then we had heard from China Doll the reason they don't get along is that Felicity and her mother and her stepfather don't get along is because Felicity had called the cops on the stepfather saying he was trying to attack Dakota. Felicity, I think, is actually a compulsive liar. I think she believes her own lies at this point. Let me know your thoughts.